Good morning, everyone present here. My name is Misbah Sheikh from BSc B.Ed, fourth year. On behalf of Career Point University, we all are present here to attend a webinar. As we know that it's an awful time in the world, but I think it's a really hypnotic time in education. We have never had a moment like this one, where everyone at the same time has jumped into this technology. The coronavirus is changing life as we know it on a daily basis. The ability to teach through technology is really powerful. One can lecture, one can call on students, so one can replicate what he can do in the classroom. Things that had been hard in the past, bringing in guest speakers, being in the multiple campuses at once, the ability to tie those together is much more seamless fashion. I think that's exciting. Distance shrinks in this medium. I think we are going to see it used throughout education in the country at pre-college, college, and professional levels. That's exciting across the planet. There's definitely being a trend towards remote learning, but I think that's been unevenly distributed. This is going to give us a second set of tools. We have had one way of doing things, and now we are going to have additional ways of doing things. And I think that's what exciting is. It's just like you are a chef or something where all of a sudden they have said, here's an entire new set of ingredients you have never worked with. Educational tools connect teachers and students to improve the administration of academic process, encouraging collaboration and facilitating communication between teachers and learners. In this era of digital learning, technology plays a vital role in the process of knowledge dissemination. Lockdown taught us to adapt in adverse conditions and generate new opportunities. There are thousands of digital educational tools available, but only a handful of them are used between educators and learners. Main purpose of learning of educational tools is not only to expand their knowledge, but also to make learning easy and fun. Constant reassessment of tools is important to discover innovation and reform that improve teaching and e-learning. So now I welcome our Pro-President, Professor Dr. Gurudat Kakkar for the welcome speech.
Thank you, Misbah.
Thank you, sir.
So, uh, Honorable Speaker of today's webinar, a very learned Professor Dr. Jatindra Grover, sir, Professor Dr. Sukhvinder Singh, sir, the Dean of School and Basic and Applied Sciences, Point University, Kota, faculties and participants. The pandemic has, as Misbah has mentioned earlier, that the pandemic has created much threats earlier, but at the same time it is providing opportunities also. As far as the education part is concerned, definitely we are the foremost beneficiary of the technology, and and apart from that, this is the time when we should start looking this pandemic situation in a manner that this is an opportunity for the education and students, uh, and we should capitalize it. This webinar will explore a digital learner presence in education. This is my belief. Several tools used for online teaching are explored through individual and government initiative. It was found that a variety of teaching tools provided students presence and were effective. For learning blogs, discussion boards, wikis, and 3D virtual worlds were used to engage students in their learning. So apart from that, much uh, innovation and new technologies has been imparted, and we all are beneficiary of that. So ultimately, I am very much anxious to hear from our learned speaker, and the next 1 or 2 hour will be very much is going to be very much beneficial for all of us. I, on the behalf of Karapet University, welcome the learned speaker sir and the faculties and the participants in the webinar. Without taking much time of you, I would like to hand over the mic to the next for the next proceeding. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. So, our today's speaker is Professor Dr. Jatinder Grover, an eminent educator. He is Dean of Department of Education in Punjab University, Chandigarh. His research areas include quality aspects in education, elementary and secondary education, teacher education, ICT integrated education, and educational technology and management. About 42 plus research papers are published in reputed journals. He's chaired for 45 plus sessions in College of Education of Punjab, Haryana, and Himachal Pradesh, coordinator for development of curriculum of renowned universities. He also participated in 80 plus national and international seminars and conducted conference on the topic of quality aspect of teacher education. He supervised 8 students for PhD and 65 students for MEd, and many more are in progress. He has participated in Central University and state level committee as expert, visiting team member of National Council of Teachers Education since 2016. He served as member of Joint Review Mission MDM MHRD Government of India from 2012 to 2014. He has served as a member of Punjab State Consultative Committee and Chandigarh UT Consultative Committee. He has been the member of SEERT Punjab Committee on National Achievement Survey Report 2019. So now I would like to call our guest speaker, Dr. Jatinder Grover, to say a few words. Please, sir.
Good morning to all of you. Thank you, Misbah Sheikh, uh, Professor Dr. Gurudat Kakkarji, Pro Vice Chancellor, Career Point University, Kota, Dr. Sukhvinder Singh, Head Department of School of Basic and Applied Sciences, Career Point University, Kota. He is a good friend. So, friends, students and participants, teachers, first of all, I am thankful to you that you invited me for this talk. And I also congratulate you that you are organizing such webinars in a time of COVID-19 because it has given us new normals. Our whole system of life and education got changed. There is crisis in the field of economics, there is crisis in the field of education, there is crisis in the field of living, there is crisis in the field of mental health because everyone is doing the effort, and particularly teachers are doing the effort to take care the kids, students in the schools as well as in higher education institutes by applying new techniques, that is this technology. Before COVID-19, I know many of my colleagues, when I ask them that which technology you are using or this is the technology we can use, those people say that I'm not interested in using technology at all. But now those my colleagues are asking me and my friends and other ones who are using technology, that is how we can use this technology, what are the new technological tools, how can we maintain the interest of the students by using various open education resources. So this is the change, this is a change in the scenario, and I appreciate that teachers are taking care to change the pedagogy. Those are doing hard work to change the pedagogy, to adopt the online pedagogy. And as Dr. Sukhvinder asked me that I have to develop on this topic, that is education technology, new technological techniques in the view of COVID-19. So I'm going to share my screen now. Will develop on that. Can you see my screen, please? Uh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay, fine. Thank you. So my today's topic of interaction with the faculty and the students is educational tools and online learning as a mode of education during COVID-19. Friends, world is changing so fast, and this COVID-19 has given us the new normals. We don't know what type of skills will be needed in the future market. A baby born today will be of 30 years in 2050, and we can't predict that what type of skills, what type of endowments that kid has to be taught in the educational institutes so that he can excel in the world of work. Then we can't predict what will be the life after 2050 or in the 22nd century. But our technology, as this student Misbah has said, has enabled us to change the things. Technology has enabled us to engineer bodies, brains, and minds, and we can no longer be certain about anything for the things which seemed fixed and eternal previously, because things are changing so fast. Education is changing. Students sitting in a backward area, backward country, backward area, are watching TED talks, TED talks, reading Wikipedia, and taking free online classes for various things, and those are learning at their own. And with the emergence of this word, that one is artificial intelligence, I call it engineered intelligence or managed intelligence. Schools have to change schools have to change, educational institutes have to change its focus on education. Those have to focus on 4 C's, that is critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. So these are the things which need to be changed. You must have heard about the Yuval Noah Harari. Yuval Noah Harari is the youngest historian and philosopher who has written 3 books. And in one of his books on 21 lesson for the 21st century, he has mentioned the future of mankind will change as there will be 3 main dangers to the mankind, 3 main problems to the mankind. First one is the bioengineering, second one is the climate change, and third one is the big data and artificial intelligence. What is this bioengineering? This bioengineering is the combination of biotechnology and information technology. When these will combine, and we are facing this COVID-19 is a product of bioengineering. That is, there is some change, there is some during some experiment, there is some problem in China or maybe in some other country that we are not aware. We can't say it with the authentication that how it spread. So it is the problem of bioengineering. We may have different type of challenges, different type of dangers we will face in the coming times due to this bioengineering. And there is information technology. You want to see anything, you can find on the Google, you can find on the internet. And second one is the climate change that we also have faced and we are facing. Due to climate change, there are some problems related to pollution, there are problems related to new diseases have come out, new viruses have come out. So that is climate change, though new bacteria has come out. So third one is big data and artificial intelligence. This big data and artificial intelligence is again posing a challenge to the teachers and the education system. that what type of techniques, what type of teaching technologies, what type of teaching skills we have to use to enhance the learning of the students. Because in the coming times, now we are doing coding as per C++. We have, some of you may have learned about the C++ language, and we are doing coding on the computer, and there may be some mistakes, and we, that one is check those mistakes, then remove those mistakes, then we make changes in that. But in the coming times, only the computers on the basis of artificial intelligence will make this coding, and that coding will be different, and that coding may be marvelous, that may be good for the humankind, that may be bad for the humankind. And I want to mention here, this big data is watching us, is observing us, is spying on us. Suppose if you have searched on your mobile that you want to purchase a laptop, and you searched on 1 2 3 websites, on that one is on Google, Amazon, somewhere else, for next 10 20 days you will be getting the notifications related to different type of laptops. That means that something is spying on you, something is observing you keenly, something is observing you, that what do you want, what are your desires. And when this thing will change to our feelings, our emotions, that is why we are angry, why we are feeling we feel we are feeling hated one. So these things will change. And this, when we are observed by this big data and artificial intelligence, then the identity of the human will be in challenge. This is the thing, these are the challenges we are facing in, we may face in the future. I come on the Indian education system. Our Indian education system is very diverse, is very diversity is there. We are diverse on the basis of social, on the basis of culture, on the basis of socio-economics background. There is too much diversity. And we, if we want to grow, if we want to develop our country, if we say our country can develop, then there is a need to narrow this gap. But this online education has has not narrowed the gap, it has increased the gap is too much there, because there is a larger difference between the have nots and haves and have nots. So we have to think, that is how to narrow on the gap. So how, before COVID-19, how we are teaching? This is the normal classroom where a teacher is teaching on the blackboard, and he is having an eye-to-eye interaction, having face-to-face interaction, face-to-face discussion with the students, and students are attentive. Students' problems can be taken care of immediately, and there is one-to-one relation. There is a personal relation. There is personal that is care of the students taken care by the teacher. But this is missing in the online classes. This coronavirus has changed the whole system of education. Our whole system of education got collapsed like this card castle, because in India we were not aware previously about the online education system. Online education system is good, but it has its own problems and issues. How to make an online education interactive? Because we have moved from one track, that one is teacher oriented education to student oriented education. But this platform, this online education, again changed the whole scenario. We are again coming on, that is teacher oriented education. So COVID-19 education, it disrupted the academic year. Cancelled classes are there, examinations across the country. In our university, in Punjab, in our state, till date, no exam has been conducted for the ongoing or outgoing classes, because there were pending, there were cases in the Supreme Court and in the High Court. Now Supreme Court and High Court directed that every university has to conduct the exams. Now crisis, that is how to conduct the exams, because many of the students in our government universities, because there is a difference between the government and private universities. In government universities, there are so many students who are from low socio-economic strata, doesn't have any access, those don't have any access to these online platforms, online devices, these mobiles or laptops. So those are living in far-flung areas, in backward areas where there is no internet connectivity. So those are facing the problem, that is how to give online exams. And second one is, first thing is, those don't have the devices, those don't have the internet connection. Third one is, those people, those students are not aware that is how to give online exam, that is how to write on the, that one is this Microsoft Word, how to write, that one is how to give answers on the, that one is a Google quiz or a Google form. So this is another problem, that those are not much aware. So these are the problems those are facing in related to examination. And also in the holding of the classes, we are holding classes from June for our students, but still more than 30% of the students could not attend the classes due to the issues related to internet connectivity, due to the issues related to their, that one is devices available to them. Those don't have good mobiles, those don't have good laptops or desktops available at their place. So these are the problems those students are facing, and this has increased the gap between the haves and have nots. Haves are those who has all the facilities, that is facilities related to good world class facilities related to those have laptops, those have good mobile, those have good internet connectivity. And you can see the students, I will show in the coming slides, that there are students who don't have any access to the internet. And in the villages, sometime what is happening, that there is a one mobile in the family, and that is with the father. And when the father came home after work, then those students can see that, or otherwise father has to give that mobile to the student, to their kids, to his kids, and the kids can see those, that ones attend the classes. So these type of things are happening due to this COVID-19. But schools and educational institutes are trying to take care of the students by organizing online classes and forcing students to attend lectures via their gadgets, because those institutes, those teachers don't have any other mode, any other method to ask the students to attend the classes. Because it is, if I say in the Chandigarh, what is happening now, in the from the last 7 days, more than 300 cases daily are coming in the Chandigarh. And Chandigarh is not a big city. Chandigarh is a city of 7.5 kilometer radius. That is, there is not a big population. We have a population of 12 to 13 lakh, and in a population of 12 to 13 lakh, if the cases, 300 cases are coming daily, so then it is a problem for this city. And nowadays our university again has changed the scenario, that we need not to go to the university, we have to take the classes from home. Because in our university daily 4 to 5 cases are coming for due to COVID-19. So this this is also changed, this also sparked a debate whether the increased amount of screen time helps students learn, or if it impedes their progress. Because previously we are saying that our kids, our students need not to spend more time on the screen, but it will affect their health, their eyes, their mind setup, their mental health. So but now there is no that is other option, and students are passing much time on the screen to learn the new things. I've told you that it is the breaking news of June 25th, 2020. CBSE exams cancelled. CBSE has cancelled its exams, and students are promoted on their previous accomplishments, previous results. Again, online learning solutions post COVID-19 adopted in India. In India, the educational institutions adopt some of the things those provide. Firstly, what we did, we provide notes and content related to the courses to students through email and WhatsApp. Because at that time there was no online platform like Zoom, like WebEx, like that one is Google Meet or GeoMeet. And teachers are also, and students were also not aware that is how to use that online learning platforms. So we have sent the PDF files through email, through WhatsApp to those students, so that those can be, their anxiety can be taken care of, their so that those can be made busy for some learning, and those, their mental health should be stable one. So this was firstly done in majority of the institutions in India. Then interactions through phone. On phone we have done interactions, we call them on WhatsApp call. Previously there is the facility of that we can contact to the 4 students, so that we use the WhatsApp. But some private institutes or some government institutes who have the funds, who have good finances, are using the facilities for interaction through platforms including MS Team, Microsoft Teams, Cisco WebEx, Zoom, etc. Those started to use these things. But nowadays every institute, I think every institute is using MS Team, either MS Team, Cisco WebEx, Zoom, or Google Meet, or GeoMeet, or some other platform. Those are using to interact with the students. Then some NGOs have also recorded video lectures of teachers and uploaded them on the YouTube or similar platforms for students to view and listen. And that one is NCT has also, National Council of Teacher Education, have also taken an initiative that those have recorded lessons on related to B.Ed. I've seen the lessons related to B.Ed, and those are that one is type of notes, and those type of interactive notes, those are put on the website of NCT, and many of our teachers have contributed to prepare those recorded lessons for the help of the students. So our institutions, our NGOs, our regulatory bodies have taken an initiative. I will not say have done so much, have taken some initiative to take care of the students in this crisis time. So concerns of students and teachers. What are the concerns of the students and teachers during this COVID-19 time? The first and foremost is the non-availability of desktop, laptop to participate in the online lecture. I never say that attending a lecture on the mobile is good one. But in a country where all of we live, and it's our country, where majority of the students are attending the lecture on the mobile due to the problem that there is non-availability of desktop and laptop. Don't All the students don't have the desktops and the laptops. That is the major problem, and those are attending the classes on the mobile. I will that one share with you why it is not good, why it is students can't learn by attending class on the mobile. I will show you in the coming slides. Non-availability of internet in villages and towns. In good cities like your city Kota, that is in Chandigarh, in that is metro cities, or that one is big cities, connectivity is there. But in the villages, in my own village, if I go to my village, there are places in our home there is no connectivity there. There is only connectivity when I go on the roof. So that's rooftop of my house. That is the problem of internet connectivity in villages and towns. In the hilly areas, it is the major problem. There is no internet connectivity. In some areas 2G network is only available. In some areas 3G network is only available. 4G network is not available in all the villages and towns. So it is another concern to hold the virtual classrooms. Financially poor students are not able to attend the virtual classroom. Same thing is because those don't have the desktop and laptop. Because in a virtual classroom, you need not to only listen the lecture, you need not to only attend the lecture, you have to do the activities. You have to, on the one browser you are attending the lecture, on the other browser you are doing the activities. That is, you are doing interaction with your teacher, with your, that one is instructor. But when you are doing on the mobile, it is very difficult to hold on, to open two browsers simultaneously and to work on the same two browsers simultaneously. So because there is no function of division of screen. On our laptop we can divide the screen in two parts. On one part we can see the lecture, and another part we can do our activities, and when we can that one is submit the work done by us, or we can share the work done by the students, and teacher also can see the work done by the students. So these are the some of the problems which our students are facing in virtual classrooms. Very small, only some private schools or some private universities in which the clientele is good on the basis of socio-economic strata. On economic terms, the clientele is good. Those can afford these programs. In our university is one of the good university. Our university is fourth in India in the category of universities this time, but our university could not purchase a good learning management system, LMS. We call it LMS, that is, which is used for virtual classrooms. We could not purchase LMS till date, but there is a neighboring private university whose rank is very low than our university, but that university has purchased the best one learning management system, that is known as Blackboard. Blackboard is one of the best learning management system of the world, and that university is using that. I don't know what is the success rate of using of that one is learning management system, but again, some private players, some private institutes have purchased that, because on government universities there are so many restrictions, there are so many problems, that if we have to purchase an equipment of rupees costing more than 10,000, we have to take 10-20 permissions. But in the private systems it is easy, and those private players, private institutes have good funds at their hand, because we have to see to the government. And in days GDP is going down, and collection of GST is not up to the mark, so funds are not available. So due to that, our teachers as well as students in the majority of the institutes are suffering. But this whole exercise of teaching is non-standardized, because we are every teacher is using our university is using Google Meet. We are all are using Google Meet, but these are non-standardized. We are giving only lectures. We are not making the content interactive one. We are not making the content or the instruction as per user friendly. We are giving only lesson as previously teachers are given lectures to the students, and there is no students are made passive learners. So these are the non-standardized techniques, approaches we are using to deliver content in various schools and in the various higher education institutes. In more than 60% students in government schools are low socioeconomic strata, because I have the data only of government schools, accessible only to the privileged and title, because internet connectivity is available only to the privileged one, if we say in the schools. It may be in the colleges also. The miseries of teachers are too much here, because teachers also don't have access to internet in some of the cities, in some of the towns. And second one, teachers don't have the training to develop the good lessons. Teachers don't have the training to use IT techniques. Teachers don't have the desktop and laptop to prepare their lessons. And second one is, these online platform providers have changed the whole scenario. We have organized, I have a project in which we have to organize the seminars and faculty development programs for the teachers in higher education institutes under Center for Academic Leadership and Education Management. I have organized that program from April 4 to April 9, that is 6 days program. In that program, when we purchased the Zoom for 1 month, that cost of Zoom was at that time of only 1100 rupees. Now when again I approached them for another program, then those people ask me that you have to purchase for the year. Same thing is with the WebEx. Previously it cost around 2000 rupees for 1 month, but now those are asking that you have to pay for the whole year, and it amounts to be 50,000 if it is in event mode, or if it is in meeting mode, then I have to shell out around 27,000 rupees, including GST, for 1 year. So this is again, changes are there, that we have to shell out more money. We need more money to hold online classes. It is good for higher education institutes, universities, private universities or government universities, can do that. But there are some there are some rural colleges, rural schools, rural private or government schools which can't afford this much of amount. So those are using, every teacher is using different type of online platform at as per his ease or as per the ease of the students, and those are not standardized content is delivered to them. That is only in some institutes it become a formality to deliver the lecture. As we say that teacher has delivered the lecture, anybody has attended or not attended or gained something, that is happening again and again. I say, is this online learning? This is because I could not interact with you properly. So that one is, there is not two-way discussion at the end. Dr. Sukhvinder has told me that we will take the questions. Definitely, we will discuss some points there, and you please note any of your questions. I will try to answer all your questions. So this is this online learning, my friends? It is not the online learning. It is not at all online learning. For in an online learning environment, in a virtual classroom environment, there should be interaction, there should be some dialogue, there should be some discussion, there should be some entertainment. I don't say entertainment, there is edutainment. There should be some edutainment, that through entertainment you got educated. So there is digital divide. Students who in theory have access to e-teaching will have to depend upon inconvenient methods such as mobile phones. You are depending upon mobile phones and you are seeing the lecture only. You are only listening the lecture. Nothing else is happening. If I ask you to do some activity on your mobile, it will be very difficult for you. If some of you, because our this generation is quite that one is tech savvy, so this generation can do innovation, do those can use two browsers simultaneously on the mobile. But if you ask me, it is very difficult for me to use two browsers. I have to learn the things again and again. So this is one of, because our Indians are very creative one. It is a news item of Indian Express of Jharkhand, where the students don't have access for virtual classrooms because those are where poverty is too much there. Socioeconomic status of these students is very low. So this teacher has made an innovation. He has used the loudspeaker system of Gurdwara or Mandir. Maybe some Mandir may be there, some temple may be there, because in our Punjab, in every village, in the Gurdwara, we have this loudspeaker system, that we can, if anybody want to announce something on the on the loudspeaker of and mic and loudspeaker system of the Gurdwara, we can announce the information. This Jharkhand teacher have used this technique. He has used the system of some temple, and he has given the lessons, given the instruction to the students on that loudspeaker system in the village. So anybody by sitting at his or her home can learn the things. So these things are happening in an environment in India, that where there are no facilities available to hold on virtual classes or online classes. This Cambridge University has given that all lectures to be online only until summer of 2021. Can we think about this in India? Because in majority of the Indian universities, this is not happening. Teachers are using different methods only to cater some of the needs of the students, not all the needs of the students, because you know that if all the five senses are active, only then we can learn in good manner. But here only one skill is, that one is active, that we are listening only, and second is we are seeing something, but it is, but we can't make the students to sit for a long in a class when those are only passive learners. So these things we need to adopt in India if we say our online education should be good one. No net students in Punjab may miss exams. Punjab has started that there should be, it is the news item of September 1, 2020, that there should be online examination in the schools. but parents of many students of government schools can't afford a data pack. That is the scenario, because for a data pack we need minimum 300 400 rupees. But those, if have 2 3 kids at their home, those parents can't have this much of money to purchase a data pack for the students. Teachers also, that one is say that there is digital divide which is affecting studies of children. So this is happening because there is economic crisis with this COVID-19. There is also economic crisis in your quota. I'm only, this is I want to show you that in quota there is financial crunch, because the economy of the quota depends upon real estate, transport, and allied sports services had to come depend upon the coaching institutes. When the students are not there, then those paying guests, those PGs are not occupied. And that one is food, that one is which is that is home food is delivered, that is also missing. So in one of other that one is news item, that in every major three more than 300 PGs have to pay 1 lakh per month. That one is for installment of the bank, and those are in crisis. That is how to pay that installment of their that one is debit those have taken from different banks. So those are in the problem, and it will affect their own kids, because those are trying hard to meet the ends. Those are trying hard to give that money back to the banks or some money lender. If those are not getting that money, then the cut will be on the study of their own students, their own kids. Those will not be able to give them a good environment to study in an online education. So these are the problems are related, because economics and education are related to each other. This is only to show you that what are the problems in this education system, in this ICT based education system. Our teacher and learner are network teachers. We can't say, if I am teaching you, if I'm telling you something, you can check on the Google, you can check on the internet. I can't gossip, I can't say things wrong. Parents and teachers and this network is pressurizing kids to learn. And this has changed the whole structure of learning. Students have multi-nodal sources for information, and those have become active. And need is only it is to, that is how to use these networks, how to need these resources for learning, because learning includes 4 activities. One is discovery, exploring, experimentation, and problem solving. When you discover something, that is when you come to know something, that is you have to come to know that is this can, we can do this is a new thing for you. Then you explore further how this thing has emerged. Then you do experiment. When you explore, then you learn, then you experiment. And when you do done experiment, then you try to solve the problems of your life, then try to solve the problems of related to that discovery. So this is related to learning. But here what we are doing, that we are not ask the student to discover or explore or experiment or do the problem solving. We are giving information only. So we have to, in actual environment, we have to give a freedom to the students to discover, explore, experiment, and to solve the problems of life, problems related to that discovery, problems related to that concept, problem related to that generalization. So these things we are needed in Indian system, which are missing. However, students are networked. Before COVID-19 we are also networked. After COVID-19 we will be also networked. During COVID-19 we are also networked. So this is the idea, that we have to find, we have to explore these 4 things in our teaching learning procedures, so that there should be reflective learning activities to be incorporated in teaching. So there should be some reflections, new ideas came out, and students may learn from those ideas. I mean, technology amplifies human capacity and intent, but it doesn't substitute for them. Technology is not substitute. Technology can intensify. Technology can increase your capacity to learn the things, to study the things, because with technology we can enter through Google Docs. You can have a collaborative learning. Through that one is Google quizzes. You can have a collaborative learning. You have an evaluation across the border, into various countries where we can't go physically. We can collaborate with those persons. We can send our article and we can share our ideas with them. But it is not substitute for all the things. We have to learn the things at our own. This Peter Norving has said a very beautiful quote: online learning is a tool just as the textbook is a tool. The way the teacher and the student uses the tool is what really counts. That is, how do we use this tool? Is this tool has taken the lead, or we are using this tool to learn the new things? I'm saying two things. Is online learning has taken the lead? What is shown to us, we have accepted this. Or second thing, how we are using these online learning tools to extend our learning, to refine our learning, to increase our learning, that really counts. So we have to choose between the two lines, that either we say what TEDx is saying or what is shown on the internet is correct. What a teacher is, if a recorded lecture is there, teacher is giving that lecture, it is okay. But if a teacher and students are actively engaged in an online classroom, and friends, there are tools where we can make an interactive classroom in an online classroom, in a virtual classroom. So it matters. You know about this definition of online course, that is a course where majority of the content is delivered in online meeting, not into face-to-face meeting. That is called the online course. It is a change in role of teacher. That is from saga on the stage. Previously, saga on the stage, this term came into when that is only teacher is the leader of the class. When guru is the leader of the class, a guru sitting under a tree and giving the sermons, or a guru standing on a lecture stand and giving the sermons, and students are taking notes, and nobody dare to ask any question to the teacher or question to the authority of the teacher. And at that time, teacher is giving information, teacher is transmitting only information to the students. Nobody other is allowed to participate. Nobody other is permitted to participate. That is from saga on the stage to guide on the side. That the time has changed from the behavioristic theories of psychology. Then comes the connectivism, that is guide on the side. Teacher is only considered as a facilitator. Role of the teacher is to facilitate. If in an online education system, teacher's role is on guide on the side, then it is okay. But if the teacher is from saga on the stage, then it is not good. I show you that is an analogous class where teacher is the only authority, teacher is giving the lecture, and the students, here I've shown that the students are sleeping, but I say students are physically awakened, but those have closed their minds. Those could not learn anything because teacher is behaving like an authority, and students are not allowed to ask anything. In the digital mode which we are using, which I am using, that I'm giving the lecture, I don't have any idea that you are that one is listening me, or you are getting what I am saying. Or secondly, that is, you may be put your screen on and you may be sitting somewhere else, maybe eating something, maybe working in the kitchen, maybe interacting, maybe seeing maybe you have opened some other browser and seeing the cartoon movies. So this is analog and digital. When there is not two-way interaction, when there is no guide on the side, then it will be the saga on the stage. And this saga on the stage is a very problematic situation where learning is very low. Then change in process of instructions delivery, that is transmittal model of instruction. That is, I've said saga on the stage, we are transmitting knowledge. That is, we are passing the knowledge from one generation to other generation in the form books, in the form of lectures. Then the constructivist approach of teaching learning, that is students and teachers construct the things, construct the learning, construct the concepts. Students do experiments, students do discoveries, explore the things, do experiment, and solve the problems. That is the constructivist approach of teaching and learning. And this constructivist uh, approach of teaching and learning is needed much in India. I give you one example. When everybody is going to the school, when parent is asked for some parent teacher meeting, then generally parents ask, what is the standing of my kid in the class? Standing means what is the grade of my kid in the class, mere bacche da grade kitna hai class mein. Then what is his achievement, what is his achievement in the that one is form of percentage or in the form of a grade score. Generally we are asking that. I've gone to Canada, and I have that one is got an opportunity to interact in one of the schools of my cousins kids who are studying there. I've gone to there in one of the PTM. So I accompanied them to for that PTM. Then what the teacher is telling us, that is a teacher of primary school. That is, she had not told us that what is the grade of that kid, what the skills that she has told that these skills this kid has got in this time. And then she said that he that kid learn about conceptual relation. Then I asked her that what is this conceptual relation. She said that means concept is clear to that kid, and he now can correlate that concept with the other things. That is conceptual relational understanding. Those are using that words, conceptual relational understanding. That is previously what we are saying, we are learning the tables in every school at my time. In the evening, at the evening time, in the afternoon time, there were in each class there is table. We are learning the tables, that is 2 into 2 4, 2 into 3 is 6, 2 into 4 into 8. So what is the concept? Why 2 into 2 is 4? That is, he had learned the concept. Then he correlated the concept in the different things, that is related that concept into different activities. Then understanding, conceptual relational understanding, that is, he has understood that concept, he has related that concept, and now that concept is being used into the daily life. So that is the constructivist approach of teaching and learning. I got an idea there. That is why those people are not forcing on the percentage, on the base, on scores. Those are taking care only of the skills of constructivist approach. This is called conceptual relational understanding. That is the constructivist approach of teaching and learning. So I say technology will not replace, because many of us have the fear that this technology will replace us. But I say technology will not replace the teachers, but teachers who use technology will replace those who don't. Because many of our teachers who are senior one, those have a fear that this technology will that one is decrease the employment, there will be cut in the post of the teachers. But I say in some places it may happen, but when we have to prepare a good lesson, technology based lessons, then we need more learned teachers, and we need to involve more teachers for an online classroom. Because in India now there is a MOOC platform on the Swayam. In MOOCs we need minimum 4 persons to develop a lesson. So that means for developing a lesson, for developing a MOOC, for developing a course, we need 4 teachers. If it is in physical mode, that is only one teacher can deliver that lesson. So this is the technology. If we are good in technology, only then we can replace the things which are not good in the past. But in this technology based environment, we need to re-strategize our existing education system and teaching procedures and pedagogy. And we have to learn, that is, how to change these scenarios. What is needed? We need an engaging and interactive online interaction. That is, how can we make it an engaging and interactive online education? We have to make our online learning active, not passive one, which I am using now. It is a passive one. That is a one-way flow. That is saga on the stage. I am saying and saying and saying, but I'm not taking care of the students. That is presence of the students, involvement of the students in majority of the activities and procedures is needed. And there are so many resources and activities available that we can make this learning active one. I will not explain this pedagogy and not pedagogy in higher education because it will take a long time. Are we prepared for this virtual classroom teacher? Awareness and mastery of teachers about OER, open education resources, open courseware, MOOCs, virtual classroom, flipped classroom, interactivity in virtual classes, follow-up of learner in online classes, testing and evaluation. I will explain here only testing and evaluation. Then I will go on a quiz that I will that means we'll have a quiz with you. That is testing and evaluation in Indian system. We are dependent upon MCQ type testing, that is multi choice type questioning, and that is only single tier. That is single tier evaluation is there. That is in the NEET exam and JEE exam, in this NET exam, that is UGC NET exam. It is only that is how you cram. Some people may have that one is good idea about the concept, but generally we have so many books, so many heavy books with us, and there are so many question banks are there that students generally cram the things. Answer of one after a flipped classroom is this, answer of virtual classroom is this. So this that is the thing is happening because we are not checking their conceptual knowledge, their conceptual relational understanding. If we depend upon one tier MCQ type test, that is only that is one question is there, one stem is there, four options are there, we have to check that. There are two tier, three tier test MCQ type tests. There are two tier MCQ, three tier MCQ. Suppose I have given the answer that is OCW. Why I've chosen this OCW? Then there will be four options I have to take. What is why I've taken the meaning of OCW? Then again, if it is three tier, that is why I've taken the second answer. That will check my understanding about the OER, OCW. So these things are very helpful to check the conceptual knowledge of the students, and Indian system has to change its evaluation system, because if evaluation is good, then the accountability of the teachers and responsibility of the teacher and the students activity will increase definitely. So we have to adopt for one tier MCQ, two tier MCQ, three tier MCQ. If we get another time, I will explain you, because you are the students of BSc BEd or BA BEd. I will try to explain you about the things related to testing and evaluation. How can we make this two tier, three tier MCQs? So I come on the next one is this is the interactive tool, that is Kahoot. We will have a quiz on Kahoot, that is questions at the end by the teacher. Teacher can check the questions at the end. That is because suppose I've completed my lesson, I have to check what the students have learned. At the end, I can put this in between. That was after 20 minutes, I can put three, four questions to the student, and I can come to know that what are the answers of the students and what level of up to what level students have learned. If you can do that on your one of the browsers, you put www.kahoot.it, www.kahoot.it. If you can do that, you please tell me. Just log in. Dr. Sukhvinder, can you see this?
मुझे ऑन कर दीजिए. Yes, sir.
You have to put kahoot.it on the browser. Kahoot,
Okay.
Kahoot, kahoot.it.
Sure, sir.
Then there will be, you have to play this Kahoot. You have to put this code. There will be a code shown on the screen.
Okay.
I'm just showing that. This is the code.
Okay.
This is the game code 5205804.
52058.
Then you have to come in. Students can also enter in this game. Up to 50 players, it is allowed. For a class of 50, we can do that. If it is possible, if some students join, then Rahul has joined. Kahoot.it. Yes, has joined. Yes, more please join. You type kahoot.it and then put this game pin 5205804. Yes, Swapnil has joined. Yes, Parley, Jayaprakash, good. SR has joined. 8 players have joined. If you got 10, we'll start then. Devendra has joined. So Shivam, so please listen carefully. There will be a statement of the question on my screen, and on your screen there will be 4 options or 2 options will be there. If it is MCQ type, then 4 options will be there. If it is true false, 2 questions will be there. 2 options will be there, and those are in the form of some figure. There may be circle, there may be rectangle, there may be square. You have to click on that. This is the correct answer, and at the end you will get that who has won this quiz. So we start, because we have a short of time. 13 players are there, so already. So we go there. So this is quiz 1. What is the meaning of OER? Because timing is also there. You can see 9 second, 8 second. I've given 20 second for this. Only 3 has given the answer. 5 answers are there. So 3 answers are correct. That is open education resources. 3 have given the correct answer. So you come to know that there will be triangle, there will be a star type, a round, there is a triangle, rectangle, star, and square is there. So coming on the next will be fast one. So this is Mohit 975, SR 540, Jayaprakash 533. Only 5 answers are there out of 13. So next is, what is the meaning of OCW? It's the fast one. That is, if you give in 10 seconds, like Kaun Badega Crorepati, you have to give fast finger first. Fast, please. Yes. So 7 has given the answer. OCW is open courseware. So next is Mohit. Then SR has come at number 1 now. So this is a type of quiz. Correct name of computer unit. This is the computer unit. You have to tell what is the name of this. The two answers there. Fast. Yes, fast. Yes, good. 13 has given the answer. So 10 is correct. 10 people has given correct answer. So then what is SR is at the top, Mohit, Yash. Then next one is true or false type. Digital education is technology enhanced learning. Yes or no? Only 5 answers are there. Only 2 are correct. Then again, the system changed. Because true false type, we generally give less time because 2 options are there. What is the meaning of LMS? Good. 13, 14, 15, 18, 19 answers are there. So 10 people has given the correct answer, learning management system. That is again, SR is at the top. Then the next is true false type. A SD card is an output device. Yes or no? Only 6 answers are there. 3 correct. SD card is not an input device, output device. It is an input device. Abe has come second. The next one is true and false. A terabyte is equal to 1 million gigabytes. True or false? That is, 2 is, it is false. 2 are the correct answers. Then again, next one is true and false. The CPU is referred as the stomach of the computer. True or false? CPU is referred as the stomach of the computer. It's very easy question. We see it. That is, Abe has gone on the ladder, up on the ladder. Then true and false again. Microsoft Office is a piece of software. True or false? It's an easy question. Then is Microsoft is a piece of software. It is a software which you are using. Then again, Abe, Yash. So you see that the scoreboard is changing. It is a motivation for the students. Which is the part of a computer system that one can physically touch? Which we can touch physically? Data, operating system, hardware, or software? So 10 has given the right answer that it is the hardware part, mouse, that one is this keyboard we can touch, CPU we can touch. That is again the score has changed. So we see, you can see this. This is the last question. Which one of the following is different from other members? Google, Windows, Linux, Mac. Which is different in the 4? 9 seconds remaining. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is, we got 19 answers. Google is different because others are the systems, that is Windows, it's operating system. Google is not an operating system. So it is the podium. Now we'll see that who is 3. Jayaprakash is at 3rd. Then 2 is Rahul. And first is, who is the first one? Abe is the first one. So Abe has given 8 questions, answers of 8 questions right out of 11. Rahul 7 out of 11, 6 out of 11. And you can see the scoreboard, everyone with each answer. So you can come out that where our students are lagging and what is the problem, where our students can't solve these things or do these things actually. So these are the different things that we can use. Sorry, I can to stop this. So GimKit is also a different technique which we can use. Then insert learning. You can put any in web page. We can insert learning. That is, we are using some PDF page. You have downloaded some PDF page, and you can put the insertions there. That you can put the area that students have to learn this. So you want a teacher want to give explanation more. He can add it. That one is a box there. We can do this by downloading this insert learning. It is a Chrome extension. Then Google Form, data capturing and evaluation. Hot potatoes, it's a very good tool. It is free of cost. You can use for making evaluation like that I made on Kahoot. You can do that. Then Loom is there, video recording. You can record your lesson for 15 minutes on Loom. Then Microsoft PowerPoint is also a good tool now we are using, that it can give presentation and you can record side by side. That is on, if you see on PowerPoint, on this record slideshow, that what I am speaking, you can record that. Then WhatsApp recording presentation interaction. In April, when we have to enter, when our university asked us to interact with the students, then students don't have any good packs or any, that one is laptops with them. Then what we did an experiment. That is, we made slides, that is 2 or 3 slides. That is, I have to teach online education. I have made 2 slides. I put on WhatsApp and recorded my message about those slides. Then next 2 slides. Then 3 next slides. In a group, I'm sending that and getting the questions of the students. So these things we can use for that. On Google Docs, you can record your lecture. If you don't want to type, you can record by a single button, by giving an option that you can record your lecture in Hindi, in English, of course not in Punjabi, but you can record in Tamil, you can record in different languages. That is, there are so many languages available that you have to speak and you can record your lectures. So it is all about, there are so many other things available, but I think time is not permitting. So I am completing here that you can learn the things by using different tools of education, that is online tools. That is one, there is technique, that is I just want to show you that edutainment than education. This word is taken from entertainment. That is edutainment. That is, your learning should be like that. Students are entertaining means students are interested. If students show interest, only then those can learn. So you plan your activities for active learning, not for passive learning. There should be active engagement, there should be hands-on experience, there should be experiential learning. I've shown you this Kahoot. At the end, you have learned that is, he is the first, Mohit is first, SR is the second. I may be wrong in naming the students. So these things give a motivation to the students, a feedback to the teacher, that what I have taught, students have learned that. I will end by this. That is Albert Einstein. I never teach my pupils. I only attempt to provide the conditions in which they can learn. So in an online or offline environment, we have to provide the conditions for learning. It is up to the students, because there are individual differences. We have how those learn and how those excel. So with these words, I stop my lecture here, so I can take your questions. What are your questions? So please, thank you. Yes, any questions, please?
Thank you, sir, for this insightful It was very knowledgeable session and we are really enlightened by your words of wisdom. By some students from Isha Khurshid how to make active teaching and learning at the same time on an online platform.
Can you please repeat the question? I could not hear that properly. Please. Hello.
I repeat,
Yes, please.
how to make active teaching and learning both on an online platform.
I've asked you, I've shown you that we have to use, because in an online environment, constraints are there. But if in an online environment we need, we put these open education resources, that is, there is pulse dot ms pulse dot ms pulse slash. This is a that one is a open education resource. There is Padlet, another open education resource, which we can use for introducing the lesson. You can Mentimeter is also another OER that we can use in the starting to test the previous knowledge of the students, because in every lesson we start the lesson for by interacting with the students or by asking questions from the previous lectures. If we want to, or we ask the question from their general knowledge to take them to the lesson. So these are 3-4 techniques that we can use for the students to that one is for making a lesson interactive and to check the knowledge of the students in those environments. Otherwise there are so many other OERs. I've told you, that is Gimkit is a software which can be used for making question framing by the students. When the students can frame the questions, suppose I deliver a lesson, I ask the students that you have to frame 3 questions and 4 options for each question with them. That means student have learned that. This is the Gimkit, and those can be used for peer learning. That is, that one is one student and made the questionnaire, others have to solve that. That is Gimkit. So these things we can use for making a lesson interactive. Yes, any other, please?
Yes, sir, the next question is keeping the current scenario in our mind, we all are corrupted with different ideas. So, how to concentrate our mind in one direction on an online learning platform?
Because when you are in the offline environment, you may be physically present there. In your brain, in your mind, you may have different ideas. You may be thinking about food, you may be thinking about some movie, you may be thinking about some friend when you are in physically present there. But when you are actively involved, if there is some activity, if you're doing some activity, your mind is thinking to do activities. Suppose I've given you this quiz there. If this quiz, if everybody is participating in that quiz, that means we are not thinking about other things. So when we have to consider, because in a boredom environment, that is when teacher is saga on the stage, teacher is delivering the lecture only, then nobody can concentrate more than 10 minutes. The research has shown that we can't concentrate in a lecture more than 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, there should be some interaction, there should be some discussion, there should be some contact, and teacher and learner has to devise those activities so that students can interact with the teacher and teacher can interact with the student. It may be through questioning, it may be through some activity, it may be through some that one is discussion. So if these things happen, only then some boredom or some problem of online education and offline learning also can be tackled. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. The next question is from Dr. Divya Singh from MIT University.
Okay.
What are the difference between LMS and Google Classroom? Is Google Classroom is a LMS?
Because in LMS is the learning management system. Some people consider Google Classroom as LMS, but Google Classroom has don't have all the features of LMS. We can use it as a learning management system. Moodle is a learning management system. Blackboard is a learning management system. Because in that thing, because we call it a learning management system, because Google Classroom has refined so many things. In Google Classroom, evaluation is also there, recording is also there, students assignment can be taken. We can consider it as a learning management system, but I have my personal reservation that Google Classroom is not a perfect learning management system. We can use it because it is easy to use, because it is very easy to use. It is user friendly. But if we have command on Moodle or Blackboard, then it is because there are more than 300 activities that we can do on the Moodle, because Moodle is also free. Google Classroom is also free. It gives us the space of 15 GB, this Google Classroom, and the Moodle also give us some space like that. So we can consider it like a learning management system, but it is not a very perfect learning management system. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. The next question is, what are the demerits of online learning? This is from Nishir Jain.
Online learning has first demerit that we can't see our students. We can't be face to face, because when there is eye to eye contact, when we can interact with our students in a good manner, we can see their face expressions, when we can see their that one is eyes, when we can see their faces, when we see their contentment on their faces, that is a different scenario. Because we have all of the teachers we have taught for 18-20 years. I've taught for 20 years, and it is the first time that I am teaching in online mode, and it is very difficult to teach in online mode, because we are not getting responses. In offline mode, it is very easy to teach, because teacher is asking question, teacher may pose question, teacher can ask question, student can ask question, and there may be discussion in the class, and there are new ideas emerging. But in an online classroom, the learner should be the active one. Learner should be the self motivated. If the learner is not self motivated, if he or she is forced to sit in the class, that only due to the lectures, that is, if you don't attend the class, you will not be promoted to the next class. So in that class, the learner may on that one is his screen or browser, and he may be he or she may be sitting ideal at some other place. So these are some of the problems in an online classroom. In an online classroom, we have to make the learner active, and learner should be self motivated for learning, which is missing in the majority of the online classes. Yes, please. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. So the next
Yes.
question is, if the situation may not become normal in the next 6 months, will it be good to shift towards online learning?
But we don't have any option, because it's the only option. We have to shift that. But I say that we have to use this time to diversify. Our teachers have to use this time to refine their skills. We in offline classroom, we can also use these OERs. In our offline classroom, these OERs can be used on LCD projector. You can make the quiz, you can make that one is questions, you can make some activities, you can that one is show the activities, you can do other activities by using open education resources. These OERs are not only for online classes, these can also be used for offline classes. So we have to learn these skills. If the time is not good, we can use this in online mode. If time is good, then we can use it in offline mode also. Yes, please. Yes, Miss Ba.
Thank you, sir, for resolving the problems. And
Thanks. I say that I may have come to your terms to answer the questions of the students and the faculty. Thank you.
yes, sir. Now I would like to invite our HOD, sir, Dr. Sukhwinder Singh, for the vote of thanks. So please, sir.
I think you are not audible, sir. Shkwinderji, you are not audible.
Yes, sir. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Mhm. Respected Professor Jatinder Grover, Dean Education, Punjab University, Chandigarh. Professor Gurudat Kakkad, Pro Vice Chancellor, Career Point University. Mr. Kamal Arora, Academic Coordinator, Career Point Universities. All deans, HODs, and dear staff members and participants, including professionals, teachers, and our dear students. I deem it a great honor to express my sincere thanks to all for your kind presence here. First of all, a big thank to Professor Grover for their valuable address on online learning during the prevailing circumstances of the COVID-19, which completely changed the face-to-face mode of teaching. And indeed, it's a need of ours to address such issues in these prevailing circumstances. And I firmly believe that everybody here had got a lot from this webinar. I am also very grateful to Professor Gurudat Kakkad to provide an opportunity to organize such event. My sincere thanks to all HODs, Dean, staff members of Career Point University for their valuable support to conduct this seminar. And finally, my thanks to all participants, including professionals, educational teachers, dear students, for their participation and make this event so successful. Once again, thank you all. Thanks all.
Thank you, Shkwinderji. Thanks for kind words. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Chalo ji.